Truly, the white monster has been inside of me the whole time. Alright, so about a year ago, I went to a big national level match called Kalash Bash. That is, as the name implies, for Kalashnikov, platform weapons only. And I borrowed a gun. I didn't have an AK at the time. I had a PSA 74 before, and that went about as well as you would expect it to go. But so I had borrowed a 7.62 gun from my buddy, and was like, all right, cool, I'm ready to shoot. I got my ammo and everything like that. I'm ready to go. I hadn't shot a match in a couple of years, and I was feeling pretty amped about it. I have always thought of myself as a pretty decent shooter, and in true competition fashion, you will be shown that you are not nearly as good of a shooter as you think you are. I placed, bring out notes here. I placed 288th out of 333 shooters, putting me at the 86th percentile mark. And that makes me feel the same way that the sound of like pulling styrofoam out of a box makes your ears feel. That's how that makes me feel. It keeps me up at night, and it's been, you know, I might be a little bit dramatic, but it's been a point of shame pretty much this whole entire year. And I set out this year to do better and to train and to go to more matches, and this is kind of, you know, this is me documenting my, I think, success in that. And so June and July, I was 34 and 35 respectively out of 53 and 63 shooters. So still hovering around that 50 percentile mark. And it wasn't until August that I finally started to figure things out and really get them ironed out. August through December, I was 10, 13, 8, 14. January, I placed 4th. I was inside of the top 5 for the first time. And last month in February, as of the recording of this video, I was inside of the top 10 with my first match with the new gun.
So whether you hit with the thumb or the index doesn't really matter. But like,
I had my own gun built this year. I wasn't gonna use anybody else's, and I would have time to get it zeroed and tuned how I wanted to, and it wasn't gonna be a stand-in rifle. It was gonna be mine and tuned and set up the way that I wanted it to be. Now, I think ultimately what let me down as a general statement is I wasn't prepared for the match whatsoever. I probably could have scored quite a bit better if I had gone out and prepared for the match even just a little bit. Between work and not having the ammo until I was ready to go shoot, I didn't go ensure that the gun was zeroed. It wasn't. It was off by a pretty decent margin, and not having the ammo to train with just due to financial responsibilities and other things at that time, I just wholeheartedly wasn't prepared, and that really showed in that match. At Kalash Bash, a lot of the steel is out in the wood line, not necessarily up against a dirt back or anything like that. So if you miss the steel, you missed. There's no adjusting off of your impacts or anything like that. It's basically, if you missed, you just make whatever you feel like is the right adjustment and send it again. And up close, the zero was on enough that I was able to, you know, boom, and, you know, and really blast hard and fast on the steel, or sorry, on the paper. And whenever it got to the steel that was even 75 yards out all the way to 150 yards out, I just completely dropped the ball. Didn't DNF a stage at all, you know, but it was cringy. And all the stages that we did. After maybe the third stage, I was like, cool, I'm just not going to be competitive out here, and I'm going to just focus on having fun with the people that I came out here with. My redemption arc started that first match in June of 2025, and I think that it's looking pretty good. Other things that I've been doing my best to work on are holdovers and unders, you know, making sure that I have a good grasp on where my rounds are going to impact at different distances, whether you know, how I need to adjust my point of aim up close and as well as far out. I'm doing a 50-yard zero on this guy right here, a 50-200, and so theoretically anything between 50 and 200 right out to distance, I should be able to just put the dot on target and pull the trigger and at least be hitting or damn close to hitting it. And just overall getting out and shooting and actually doing what I need to be doing in order to be prepped for this match has really helped, and the numbers don't lie. I can post up all the different percentages and everything like that on the screen if you'd like to see them. It's all on practice score, and I'm feeling really good. But that keys into another interesting aspect of this match. I've been going to these smaller local matches, and there are some serious shooters there, but for the most part, people kind of go and shoot at this match to have fun and hang out, and nobody really takes it too seriously other than me, because I'm training for a purpose. This is a whole different demographic of shooters. These are people who have paid literally hundreds of dollars to go and shoot this match. What is it? And that's just the match fee. That's not including travel, time potentially off work, ammunition, and all of these other different financial factors. People who are shooting this match have skin in the game, and it is going to be a different demographic of shooters, and I cannot wait to see how I stack up against it when I'm actually able to be competitive, and whenever I have a shot at actually putting up a fight to get a good placement on the board. I'm not going to put up some unrealistic goal. Obviously the goal is to win, right? But the more realistic goal, I want to be in the top 25%. I want to be in the top 25%. That if I could do top 25 after putting up a showing of 86% last year, I would be over the moon and elated, right? That would be such a remarkable improvement that I would be absolutely stoked with it. And I think that that's a realistic goal to set. And I'm going to be doing in the weeks following this video leading up to Kalash Bash, I'm going to be doing obviously more shooting. I have one more Texas Kalashnikov match in Killeen, Texas to do next weekend before the match, and I'm going to go as hard and as fast as I possibly can, and really try to push myself and the gun and see how I can stack up and find the bleeding line for myself between speed and accuracy, right? Because speed's great, but if you don't hit anything, it doesn't count, right? And accuracy is great, but if I par out on a stage, then it wasn't really worth anything either. So this has kind of been me documenting my own journey throughout throughout this past year, and kind of sharing that with y'all, and maybe y'all will find it interesting and maybe you won't, but I'm just glad that you're watching the video, and yeah, thanks so much, guys. Bye.
My ear pro came off.